Tell them run it off.
What is going on? What is going on, everybody in the house? What is going on? Wake up in Cleveland every single morning.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it off. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it off. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this.
What is going on? What is going on? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to raise up my camera after I shot my video. There we go. That's a little better. Also, I'm having a little problem with my sign back here. It's shutting off and on, and I'm not touching it, which is very weird. So we gotta figure out what's going on. Did my sign die? Let's hope not. No. Huh. We might have a dead sign. I know it's not the sign. I think it's this power converter here. That stinks. Yep, it's the power converter. Looks like I'm gonna need another one. Batteries, that's hilarious. Nope, it's definitely the power converter, and so I'm gonna need another one of those. So if DJ Solstice is on right now, I believe I still have a warranty, so I'm gonna need to see that sooner than later. What's going on, everybody? It is Tech Thursday. This is a late edition Tech Thursday. I was up last night. In case you guys didn't know, I posted a video last night about the Denon SC2 and 4, and that took a little bit longer than I expected. Sorry, I'm just adding the fact that we want to monetize. Okay. I've changed the way that I make videos. Not a lot. Obviously, I still love the ability to kind of, make these kind of ad hoc. I'm just going to go out here and I'm going to talk. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to talk for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then edit the video out. So that's normally how I make the videos. And this is a little bit lower than I like, and that's going to drive me nuts. So we're going to need to tweak this for a minute here. So I'll get back to what I was saying in just a second. In the meantime, all right, so let's see what this guy's got going on. God, I hate this guy. Okay, that's unfortunate. I think my batteries just, oh, there we go. Just died on my controller, but we are good. So, I have changed the way I do videos. not by a lot, just did some modifications here. So normally I do the talking head ones where, yeah, I can speak for 10 minutes and call it a day, move on. That's normally. When I've been starting to do the longer form videos and reviews, I've gone to making a script. I started writing a script. So what's good about writing the script, there's good and bad to doing it script way. When you write a script, you can get all your thoughts out. So that's perfect. You get them all out. Everything's good. But the problem is, usually speaking, you don't have the script and the actions for your videos together, which means you have to add in a lot more B-roll than if I'm sitting, for instance, on a piece of kit here, and I'm like, okay, and take a look at this button right here, and let's move over here, and let's do all this. Like, this is all great. This is all nice. But the problem is, when you're just kind of going freeform, there's a lot more editing of the gear later on. And maybe you missed some things that you wanted to make sure you spoke about because, in your talking, you just forget things. It's just the way it happens. So I've been going to my last 2 videos, no, maybe 3, give or take. My last 3 big videos have been script written. So everything's good, but then after the fact, you got this whole script done of me recording the video, and there's absolutely no actual video. It's all audio. So I have to go back in and then edit in and import the things that I want for the videos. Not a problem with it. It's just a different way of doing it. So I'm still not sure which one is actually faster. You know what I mean? Because here's the problem. Let's say I'm doing a video like, I don't know, the SC4. Let's say that's the one I'm talking about. That, if I'm just going off the dome, right? Just freestyling the whole thing. Chances are that video is going to be, when it's all said and done, probably anywhere between 60 minutes to like 80 minutes worth of content that I shrink down to around 15 to 20 minutes. So you can only imagine how much you got 40 to 50 minutes of stuff you're just going through. So there's a lot more work on the front end, getting everything to move around. And maybe I said something at the end and I need to put that closer to the beginning. And it's all a big puzzle. Just, patchwork everywhere. So writing the script, I can record the script and record the entire thing and say 20 minutes, give or take. But then you spend more time on the back end getting everything, all the visuals that you need for the video. So I'm not sure which is better, which is worse. I do know that I'm much more succinct when I write the script out. I know that part flows better. We'll see. This is like my 3rd one. I will be using those more for my long form because there's some documentary style videos that I'm going to be putting out. So I've been practicing the script writing on those before I get into the other one, because I know that one's going to require a lot more work. Anyway, so any news? Any news happen over the last day or so? Anything come out that I should know about? Let's talk about it. Anybody got any information? Let me know. So obviously, there was a video released today, which you guys should watch. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. I want you to watch the video because there's no point in me spending all this energy making a video and staying up till, 3, 4 in the morning and then oversleeping, because that's what happened this morning. I overslept, or I would have been. I got up at 8:15 to go I went to bed at about 4 a.m. Got up at 8 to take my kid to school. I came home and I'm like, screw this. I'm going back to bed. I knew my video was scheduled to be released at 9. So I'm like, I'll just sleep and then I'll see what it's like. I'll go check out Mojax's video, all these things. None of that happened. None of that happened. I went to sleep. I woke up. I thought my alarm was on. It was not my alarm. It was my wife's alarm telling her she needed to go somewhere. So I'm awake now. So this is a late edition. So I don't know how we're going to be today as far as, people watching. I also don't even know how long I'm going to be on. I think I can be on for at least an hour or so because I got to take my daughter to her dance practice, and then I have a 2:30 call. So we'll go to at least one, maybe closer to like 1:30. Still got to eat and everything. Anyway, uh, you guys know how this works. This is Tech Thursdays. If you have any questions, just go ahead and throw the hashtag ask right in the chat so I can see what's going on and hopefully try to answer them to the best of my ability, which may be nothing. Who knows? Who knows? I will tell you this. I will tell you this. The review that I did, I say we because of the next person I'm going to bring up. The review that I did, it was a difficult review to say the least. And what makes it's never good when there are so many things that you have to speak negatively on. Like I know you guys think that like, oh, they can say whatever they want. Yes, we can, but it still sucks because you don't want any gear to be bad. Like that's just number one. Like you know what it's like? It's like if you're a comic book fan, right? And you got Marvel on one side and you got DC on the other. And Marvel for the longest time, not so much lately, but for the longest time was making like amazing movies. And then DC, the movies were good, but they weren't great. They had problems. And there were people that were like, yeah, DC sucks. Let's move on. DC sucks. And other people were like, yeah, Marvel sucks. I'm like, damn it, I need them all to be good. I go to the movies because I like to see good films. I'm a Marvel fan. I'm a DC fan. Like I don't know anybody in the world, any comic book fan that was like, oh, I only read Marvel comics. Like I don't know that ever existed. So this whole Marvel versus DC thing is just so stupid. I just want a good movie. That's all I care about. Just make it good. I'm going to go watch it. I don't know why these people think that like, oh, if you're one or the other, you're still going to go watch it. So that's the way it is for like, making videos for the DJ industry. Like you don't want anything to be bad. You want them all to be good. You want to talk about good things with maybe a couple of things that are either controversial or that don't work for you. It sucks when you have to kind of let loose. And this is the part of the story where, some people who try to say, we don't review products honestly and they gave us free stuff. So you're not going to give them the full, force. Sometimes you do. And it is what it is. I don't like to do it, but I can't spin something that's so obvious in a way that's not going to make me look stupid. You get what I'm saying? I will try to be as constructive as possible, but I can't ignore things that I know people are going to bring up in my comments that they're going to say right when, the video's over during the video. And I'm reading it going, oh man, what? I should have said this. I should have said that. I should have said, like, I can't do that. I know in general what the common responses for DJs are going to be. Why? Because I'm a DJ. Like I am a working DJ. So all of this gear is not something that I just kind of, get in the studio, start messing with and then go on. Like I'm not speaking from a point of, well, this is fine. This is good. This will work for people. Like I'm speaking from a working mobile DJ and club DJ, but obviously, the majority of what I do is in the mobile DJ space. So that's the way I look at all gear. I look at how it'll help me in my current profession. That's it. That's how I view things. So I was very disappointed to have to review that. I don't know if I'm old school. Like, I had there's no secret that I'm a black man. And growing up black, and you got black parents and you got, ethnic parents. I should put that out there more than so just black. I for the longest time when I was a kid and I was getting in trouble, and my dad was a bus driver. So he worked all kinds of shifts, night shifts, graveyard shifts, morning shifts, like all of those things. So we didn't necessarily see him at the same given time. My mom was always home, and we used to mess with her like crazy. And we were stupid. We were kids. We'd get into trouble. So when we get into trouble, my mom, she wouldn't discipline us. She would say, wait for your father to get home. And that was cue that we're about to get in trouble. Now, you guys have probably seen this. As black people, the jokes that come out, I know people are like, that's not true. It is true. Every black family, every black person goes through this. So when I'm knocking everything. So when you know your dad's coming home, you try to go to sleep as early as possible, and you sleep good. Like there's no better sleep than the pre-butt whooping sleep. Not at all, right? You'll sleep like a baby, and then you hope that maybe your dad will, be kind on that day. No, he wakes you up. It could be 2 a.m, 3 a.m. He wakes you up to beat you. Could you imagine being a human being, father? You've DJ'd from like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You get home at 2:33. You just want to eat some food, maybe watch a little TV, wind down before you go to bed. You want to grab a drink, and your wife is like up still. When you get home, you're like, why are you up? You're normally sleeping. Oh, you need to talk to your kid. You need to discipline your kid. You're like, I just got home. I don't feel like beating anybody right now. You better do your job. Fine. See, I never understood that when I was a kid growing up. I was just like, oh, no, why is he like this? And he would say that statement, this hurts me more than it hurts you. That doesn't register until you get older. And then when you have to do things that you don't want to do. And like my SC4 video, I kind of felt like that. It hurts me more than it hurts you. Because like I have to imagine, nobody's going into deep development. Nobody's manufacturing product without understanding what the product is. Like I have to go into that. This is a professional company. It makes sense to me. So the things that I'm saying on a video, I have to imagine that they're just like, yeah, that's about right. I can't see them going, oh my God, I never thought of that. Like I can't see that. Like the only time I blindsided somebody was on my, wasn't the Mixstream Pro, it was the Mix Track. And for whatever reason, I had bad booth monitors, or not booth, a bad mic input. And I said it on my video. I said, it might just be my copy, but this is a problem on mine. And then my rep from, the company was like, oh, hey, I just, next time give me a heads up when that happens. I'm like, oh, you know what? That's on me. That's something that you could not account for. I get it. But when it's just the gear and the gear is operating to spec, there's really nothing to like have a conversation about. I'm supposed to call and be like, hey man, just want to let you know I'm having a serious issue with your gear. What are they going to say? Well, what's wrong? Is it defective? No, it's just not that good. Oh, I didn't realize that. What do you mean it's not good? Like, come on, we're all adults here. We know how this works. But it definitely hurts me more than it hurts them. Okay, let me look at the chat here. I don't want this thing to get too far, and I'm not being able to talk to everybody. Looks like we got Mojax in the building. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Moms are master of psychology, saying wait for dad to get home installs to the maximum of fear. 100%. 100. DJ Real says, made the switch to Tidal. Thank you, Cleveland. SoundCloud was horrible. Yeah, I don't see it getting any better. I really don't. Tidal and BeatSource link. I got Mojax in here now, so I gotta talk about BeatSource now. BeatSource is the greatest programmed streaming platform ever. No, in all honesty though, it is one of the best. BeatSource and Tidal to me are the best. Now, obviously there's Amazon Prime coming to the SC4 and the SC2. It's anybody's guess as to how good they will be. I didn't get a chance to have to I didn't get a chance to use my streaming service because when I needed to use Serato on the party from the video that you guys saw. But from what I understand now, and even I didn't know this, I didn't realize this. I saw this in Mojax's video. There is a DMR chip in the SC2 and 4. So they can run Amazon Music, which means that it's hardware locked, not software locked. So we may never see Amazon Music on any other thing unless they can provide a software lock that Amazon's comfortable with. There's an actual physical chip in there. So I didn't think about that one. So good job, Mojax. Good job. You guys should follow Mojax on occasion. Yeah, he makes some decent content. Let's see here. BeatSource does have intros. Tidal does not have intros. You're playing album versions of songs. There's some radio edits in there, but for the most part, there are no intros and outros on Tidal. It's just something you get used to, But here's the thing, and I will say this, and again, BeatSource has much more strengths than weaknesses. Okay, so the only difference is as BeatSource grows, their catalog is getting better. Their catalog, I would say, their catalog is probably 90% compared to Tidal's catalog. But BeatSource has offline locker and intros and outros and curated playlists for DJs. So I can't fault BeatSource, but I actually have both. I have BeatSource link and I have Tidal. And anytime I get a playlist from a family, or a client, a wedding client or whatever, I'll take it and I'll take it into Soundees, and then I will convert it both in BeatSource and in Tidal. I think I said this last week. So let's say there's 100 songs. BeatSource might capture 94 of those songs. Maybe there's an error rate of 5 to 8%. Tidal typically never drops a song, but Tidal does not have offline storage. BeatSource does. So when in doubt for me, I always go BeatSource and I always send it to my downloads because that way I know I have it. What if I get to a situation where I know the venue, but for whatever reason, my stuff is just not working? Well, having an offline locker is invaluable. When I go to these out of the way places, for instance, on my wedding, I got their list. I downloaded it to BeatSource. There was 5 or 6 songs that did not pop up. I didn't know the venue I was going to, so I opted to buy the remaining 6 songs that the offline locker did not have because I didn't know the venue. The venue was 2 hours away, so I have to prepare in the case that there's no signal. Now, when I got there, the signal was fine, but still, it's good to have. Let's see here. Soulbra says, any truth that BeatSource Locker goes away if you discontinue the service? Well, of course. Yeah. It's like any streaming service. If you were a Apple Music person or even I don't know, what's the other one? Spotify. When you stop paying, all of your customized things go away. Now, I believe I tested the fact that the files don't get deleted. Okay. As a matter of fact, I do know this. So if you're using BeatSource and let's say your subscription lapses, because I have a sponsored, I don't know, streaming service from BeatSource. They update it, but every so often, every 3 months, it shuts off and then they have to kind of renew it. It's 3 to 6 months. Anyway, when that happens, it never tells me, there's no timer that's your thing will expire, blah, blah, blah. So I might go to a party and realize, oh God, my BeatSource is not on. And I'll text my guy, hey, can you renew it? And he'll renew it. And then once he renews it, all of my files are still there. So if you lapse on payment, it doesn't go in there and jack your stuff. This isn't like, you missed your car payment and they come and just take your stuff. Like, no, it sits there. It's just unavailable to you. So, but once you renew, it's all there again. Now, the one thing that I don't know, I wish there was a way that you could do this. Um, because this is one of my things, especially me going from place to place to place to place. I wish there was an actual kind of a cloud sync, so it could remember like all the files. Because it obviously BeatSource remembers your playlist, right? So to remember that, and it will remember, um, and once you download, it knows which files you downloaded. It would be nice is if I opened up my iPad, it would auto download those files onto my iPad, or if I'm on my Mac and then I go to, something else, that it auto downloads to whatever I'm using, and you can you can dictate which one you want it to auto download. Like I would want it to, no matter what, auto download to my iPad, not my phone, but to my iPad. So I wish that was an option. And maybe that will be someday, but right now it's not. Okay. Let's see here. Gabe Katzy, have you tried? Okay, I'm sorry. Can I use the X5 wireless CDMI for my speakers for all my gigs? Is it worth it? Well, Gabe, I would assume you watched my video on it because I literally just released it like 2 weeks ago. I I'll put it to you this way, but I still want you to watch the video because I think it's important for you to see, what it can and can't do. I got 2 sets from X5. They sent me two sets of them. Um, at my party 2 weeks ago, somebody put them in the wrong place. They're gone. Lost a set. I've been working off of one set. I'm like, it's fine. I'll just use the one set. That's all I need. No. I tried it for 2 weeks and I was like, I hate this. So I actually went out and bought another set. So if that tells you how I feel about them, I don't know what else could. Every time I do a party now, every time I have used the X5s in one form or another. Every time. So I don't know, and that's not me going, I got to figure out a way to use these. Like I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like literally I've walked into a place. Oh, the cocktail is on the other side right here. Well, I'm not going to, and they need to be able to hear what's going on over there. Bam. X5s, put them in the corner. Now I can talk to the people. I can tell them to come back in the main room. They hear it. Perfect. I have another client right now that's saying, hey, I need you to run 4 additional speakers around the compound here. So the first thing that got in my head was like, okay, well, show me the space and let me see what I can do because I want to run them wirelessly. I don't want to have to run 500 feet of XLR cord. It would be better if I could run, one X5 to one speaker. And if I needed to, I could run another, 30-foot, 40-foot cord, XLR cord to the other one if I even need to, or if maybe it's going around a wall and I want to make sure that the signal quality is great. I will run an XLR and then I'm right back to it. One of the things that I think I said before, but I'll say it again. When people are like, it doesn't go far enough. Well, there are ways to make it go far enough. Like if you have more than one transmitter, like when you buy a box, it comes with a transmitter and receiver. You buy a second box, it comes with a transmitter and receiver. However, you can change the channels to work all on the same receiver. So let's say, or work all on the same transmitter. So you're transmitting out from your box here. And then let's say you set every one of them to channel 3. Well, any one of those that's on channel 3 is going to receive that signal. So technically speaking, you wouldn't have to go full stereo. You could go mono and still get the same impact. But if you have that other transmitter, right? And you're using anything that has both an input and an output XLR, you can run up to say 90 feet with the single transmitter into the receiver, right? And then take the output of that speaker, plug in the other transmitter, change the channel, of course, for the transmitter and receiver, and now you have another, 80 to 90 feet. Okay, so you've doubled your space and you haven't done anything differently. Invaluable. Are they the only ones? No, but I haven't had any problems with them whatsoever. Okay. Anyway, let's see here. DJ for real in the building. Spoken very well. Misplaced, he says. Look, I don't have them anymore. Let's just leave it at that. I don't know if somebody took them. I think I know exactly where they are in the venue. I think they were sitting in my Bose speaker. Somebody had moved them there, and I think when they moved everything, it probably just fell off. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go back. I see Kylie Palm in the building. What is going on? Gabe Katz, what is a good Shure mic? So Gabe, are you following me? And if you're not, I'm okay with it. I'm just asking because legitimately all the questions you ask, I have videos on. And if you go to my page, you can search just in my page for content. But I have an entire folder, playlist that says, Terry's gear reviews. All of those things in there are invaluable for people that have questions like you. But Shure mic. What's a good Shure mic? I would recommend anything PG and above. PG is like $400 to $500. It's a workhorse microphone. It typically comes with like an SM58 microphone, and it's like $400. It's a workhorse. The distance is fairly good on it. You're not really going to experience any dropouts with that one. I think that's a quality one. Now, if you want to get a better microphone, a more probably the best workhorse out of all of them, typically is the SLX. You get an SLX with a SM58 or a Beta 58 or even a Beta 87, and you're in a really good place. The SLX is like the standard for kind of quality across the board. And then if you want this is pretty much the best without getting into the pro line, then you're looking at the QLX. I'm getting a QLX and a KSM 11. That's my microphone of choice and my receiver of choice. But that's a very expensive combo. So I think you can get the QLX system with like a Beta 87 for I think around $1,000. But if you don't want to spend that much, get yourself an SLX with a good quality Beta or SM, and you'll be good to go. Professor BX in the building. What is going on? I feel like some people are in here just to see what I say today. Excellent. Any Shure mic that is good at $300 end up price. Yeah, I think I just answered that. So anything PG and above, I would not personally, and I don't care what anybody says to me in this chat, I would not personally buy a BLX anything from Shure. I think it's garbage. I don't care what you say. My experience has been it's garbage. So if you've had good experience with it, take that stuff and bottle it and find a way to use it. Because in general, the majority of people do not see the same outcome as you. So PG or higher. That's your starting point for me. You don't have to believe me. You can go out there and buy cheaper and then, watch your audio drop out with 3 people on the dance floor. But hey, maybe it'll work for you. Mojax, please thank the BeatSource team for making it good for streaming. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go back up real quick. Max PO says, get BeatSource offline locker working on engine and I'll sign up tomorrow. Yeah, I understand. I do. Yeah. Okay. Ask. All right. Ryan Temps. I was looking at the KSM 11. Maybe I'm not a veteran enough to understand, but do you just buy the head of it? Pause. They're not for sale. Pictures of a whole microphone, just the capsule. So trust me when I tell you I'm running into the same thing. It's not so much Well, I mean, technically, yes, you're only buying the capsule. All right. Now, if you look in any type of Streetwater or Zounds or any of that stuff, they all have the KSM 9. And the KSM 9 has a body. I'm thinking what's going on is that they just haven't made, they decided that the KSM 9 body is the one you would have. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm still trying to figure out. I've contacted my guy at Zounds, like, please help me understand what's going on here. Where's the body? Fine. I got to buy the body separately. Okay. I can't find it anywhere. It's almost like it doesn't exist. So if the KSM 11 is going to have me jumping through hoops, I will probably buy, a Beta 87 and they'll just lose some money. But that's kind of where I am. I know the Beta 87. I used the Beta 87 for years with my SLX before, T-Mobile bought all the frequencies and then I lost my ability to use it. So I know that's a great microphone. I heard myself in the KSM 11 and I was like, oh my God, I sound good. It's kind of like going from like a pod mic, which I sounded good in, had to EQ the hell out of it to make it the way I wanted to. And then moving over to the SM7B where there's no EQing and I just sound amazing. You don't have to tell me, guys. I know I sound amazing. I know my voice is lovely in this thing. You don't have to say a word. Trust me. I know. Oh, you're too kind. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Let's see here. When I get an answer, Ryan Temps, I will definitely let you know also. Based on the comments at Crossfader and your videos, the SC Live video, it seems like these things won't last. Should have let Newmark build them. Okay, so I don't disagree with you. I don't. This definitely should have had the Newmark badge, in my opinion. It's essentially a Newmark device with a prettier face. I'm actually not sure what the decision making process was in this regards. But yeah. Okay. Okay. Kind of like James Gunn calling Kevin Feige when he got the job head of DCU. Mixed Master G and Al in the building. What's going on? Mojax was kind of struggling with the two. I think it comes down to price point, but quality and competition. Yeah. We are definitely very, this took me a minute to get used to. I'm going to be flat out honest with you. When the Newmark, I think it was the Platinum came out, I told this story. I got the Platinum and I think I had both of them. I had the Platinum and then what's the other one? It's like Ultimate Platinum Effects and then like just Effects or something like that. And I got them both and I started doing my normal process. I'm going through everything. I'm just like, okay, oh, this is bad and this is bad and what is this? And I can't believe they did this and I can't believe they did that. And the video, I had like an hour's worth of content, right? Then I started editing the video. Like I pulled it all in. I'm looking, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I'm looking at the price point. It's like $3.99. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I expecting this to be the same quality, the same build at $3.99? And I'm comparing it to like a DDJ 1000, at $1,000 to $1,200. What am I thinking? So I had to go back and reprogram the way I kind of looked at product because I felt like I was being jaded to the fact that I'm just, I'm typically using cream of the crop gear and I have to realize that, this gear isn't for me. It's for entry-level people, and entry-level people buying products don't have the same standard for quality that others do. Like they will accept a questionable crossfader. They will accept upfaders that are real, that are like molasses. Like they'll accept that because they don't know any different. And for them, it's just about playing music and going from one deck to the other. So price now is definitely a very important qualifier for me. How much do they want for it? Okay. They want this much. What else is in this price point that I can compare it to? Okay. Now I can give a good one-to-one comparison to said product. And when the price doesn't jive with the product, that's when it becomes hard. That's when it becomes hard, because I think a lot of people that even did the video, I don't know if they knew the price. So that you go into it thinking, okay, yeah, this is going to be it. This is the new Prime 4. This is whatever. And then it's not. And now you have to figure out a way to say it without being an asshole. And I think I did that. I mean, I was hard on them. Look, I think we are all in a position. Well, not all of us, but like, we are in a position to create change. And when somebody's doing something that goes against kind of what the masses feel about a product, they have two choices. They can either say they don't know what they're talking about, it's fine, it's going to sell just fine, or they can say, I see what they're talking about, and look at all the comments below. Apparently, they're not the only ones that feel this way. We are, as reviewers, again, we're kind of speaking through you guys. That's usually the way. And if we're not speaking through you guys, we are explaining to you guys why something is important or not important. And then you can kind of figure out if what we're saying is true. But we're not going to speak in this kind of vacuum, where it's just us and nobody else has an opinion. That's just silly. So hopefully, they learn from it and they don't take it as like, oh, you know what, you're just being an ass. And I'm never sending you any product. If you don't, you don't. But I got to keep it real. I do have to keep it real. Okay. Gabe says, do you have a recommendation of wireless in-ear monitors by Shure, and should I use them as my headphones on my booth monitor? No, you should not. First off, there are no Bluetooth devices out there that will actually perform. You ever try to make a beat on your computer with like Bluetooth? Like, oh, I got my AirPods. Now I'm going to go into Ableton, or I'm going to go into Serato and make a beat. You ever try to make a beat? You ever try to sequence in real time? Let me know how that goes for you. The delay is so bad that it's impossible. Now, there are devices coming out. There's one right now. X5 makes a transmitter that has a very, very low delay. I haven't used them. Some people I know have used them and they said it's good. So check out X5. It's their 1/4-inch wireless transmitters. Check out them and see if that works for you. But there's no Bluetooth syncing at all. You have to go outside of Bluetooth. Okay. DJ Real, you're the best thing to happen for DJs learning. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try. There's a fine line between doing it for you and then doing it for other people. I tend to fall on the doing it for other people thing. I just think it's more valuable. And if something were to happen and I, kick the bucket tonight, I have a full on thing of just me trying to help people. And I think that's important. That legacy is important, for as long as YouTube is around anyway. But having said that, I don't do videos just for you. I do videos because I needed a way to express myself artistically. So some videos, you might see things in them and you're like, oh, that was kind of cool that he did that. Oh, that wasn't for you. That was for me. Like I needed that in order to kind of I don't know, put out that fire of artistry. Yes, sorry. The one quirk about the X5 is it is mono only. He is right. It is mono only. I haven't seen any stereo ones. There was one company out there. I went to NAMM and I forget what the company's called. If I remember it, I'll say it on the next stream. But I went to NAMM. It's an audio company that like makes in-ears for people with disabilities and stuff. But then they made this thing so you could continue on your life, and it's wireless. The box is it's a decently sized box. But they were like, I think they were like 250 or something like that. I didn't get a chance to like review them, but there is a company out there that is trying to do that. I just don't have the information. DJ Cold World says, so they are done making controllers and mixers for Record Box. DJ Cold World, who is done? The only people that make controllers for Record Box are Pioneer DJ. And Pioneer DJ is definitely not done. The difference is they're making controllers that do Record Box and do Serato, which is totally important, by the way. You know, I can't tell you how much I used to just be so angry. And I would call when I get the box and like, oh, we have a new product coming up. I'm like, great. What is it? Record Box and Serato? Oh, it's Record Box only. Oh, it's Serato only. I'm like, dude, you guys have to stop this. I'm getting so sick and tired of this. And so in general, besides the Rev 7, if you've looked at most of the devices, I have an RX3 sitting right there. You know, it'll work with Record Box and with Serato. Most of their boards now are Record Box and Serato, like the Flex, Record Box and Serato. That's just going to be the future going forward. What I was more surprised with, was actually Denon, because Denon has the Prime 4, which obviously works with Serato and with Virtual DJ. But for whatever reason, the Prime 2 that comes out, it's Virtual DJ only. The Denon Prime Go was nothing when they finally did release a product. It was Virtual DJ only. So this SC4 and SC2 that is Serato and Virtual DJ, like, I don't understand what's going on with them. I don't. I'm really, really confused. Like, at this point in time, I don't understand why. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Not to say that, you know, Serato is best on the Denon hardware anyway. Virtual DJ is the best on computer screen based standalones. It is the best. Now, I will say this on the RX3, Serato is good. I was actually really impressed with it. I had to use it a couple of weeks ago. It's still missing a couple of touch points, but in general, the visuals, the waveforms being full size, like, it is the best implementation, I think, on any standalone is on the RX3. But I don't know, man. I don't love Virtual DJ for everything, but I absolutely love it on standalones. Absolutely love it. Almost to the point of using it. Almost. I think Virtual DJ was just happy that I no longer talk bad about them. I think that's the key here. I honestly, I do like what Virtual DJ is doing. It's just not necessarily the software for me specifically, but I see the greatness in what Virtual DJ does on standalones. I don't like using it as strictly a controller. Like, that's not my thing. But in general, it's a great product. Okay. Extra set of phone plugs. Mixmaster's talking to them. Okay. Boku says, I asked you last week about the reloop spin and decided to pull the trigger on some turntables. Would you recommend a Rain 72, MK2, or Rain 70 for a beginner at turntables? Okay. Honesty. That's all I do here. You can decide what you want to do. I prefer the Rain 70 over the 72 for beginners and professionals. The Rain 70 is just a fantastic mixer. The Rain 70, in my opinion, is the best mixer that Rain puts out. So, and there's nothing wrong with 72. 72 is a good mixer. It's one of those mixers that try to do too much, and in my opinion, and then just didn't do a good job, in the future, especially when the S11 came out. And then I was using I didn't get the Rain 72 until after the S11 came out. So when I tested the Rain 72, I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't understand why this is the way it is. It's frustrating. So if you've never used the S11 or any kind of computer-based or screen-based mixers, then yeah, the 72 is fine. But if you've used anything else, it's a lot of people tend to go to the S11. But the Rain 70, I own one. I personally own one. Look. Ugh. Here's my Rain 70. Personally own one. There is a fader in the Crossfader here, but still use it. Now here's the funny thing about it. Sorry, I can't just throw it on the floor. So here's the funny thing about it. I don't really use it often because underneath this table there is an S11, right? Which I think is like the best mixer on the planet. And I could give this Rain 70 to one of my other DJs. I could set up another area for which I plan on doing anyway. But like, I can't sell it because I don't know, something about that mixer I absolutely love. Absolutely love. So I just keep it. Okay. But the one person was right. Pedro said, if you're on a budget, there's nothing wrong with going to like an S5, the Newmark, what is that mixer called? I forgot what it's called, but the entry level Newmark mixer that they make, that's a very good mixer with a very good fader. But either one of those is good, that one or the S5. I mean, in all honesty, I don't know if specifically you're looking for Rain mixers, like that's your jam. But there's still some things on the Rain mixers in general, like the power outlets. Newmark Scratch. Thank you, Eric. The power is not a true 5 volts on the USB. So if you are using things that require power, you're going to be a little frustrated with that. Okay. DJ Reese says, I know I'm off topic, but that gaming style PC you have in the background looks dope. What are the specs? Did you build it yourself? Is it AMD Intel? So no, I did not buy this. This was made by Goat. Is it Goat Nation? I think it's Goat Nation. But it was made by Arabian Prince. Arabian Prince, you say? That sounds like that guy who used to be in NWA. That's exactly that guy. And Arabian Prince made it. I don't even remember the specs now, but I know it has an RTX GeForce graphics card. I can't remember what it is right now. It's got 64 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte OS hard drive, and then another 2 terabytes of like spin based, whatever you want to call it, disk based hard drive. It's, you know what, maybe can I get the specs? Hold on, let me see if I can get the specs. I know that there was a thing in here that I had that allowed me to see the specs. I just trust people. And all right, where is that at? I think it's this. Okay, well, that's not popping up. So, oh wait, here it goes. Don't want this thing to kind of like break my stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close that out. I don't trust it. Close the program. So anyway, I guess I could look at the specs on the program thing, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Let's see here. What other questions we have while I'm doing that? DJ Cold World says, I am looking to move from a DDJ 800, but I have no idea what direction I want to go. The DDJ 800 is a very good controller. Most people will move from the 2-channel to say a 4-channel. I still think that the 1000 is still to this day one of the best ones out there. If you're not trying to get moving platters and go with the Rev 7, I think the 800 going to the 1000 is a good upgrade. You know, maybe you're only going up, you know, $300-400, but the DDJ 800 is also record box / virtual DJ only. So the question is, you know, what operating system, what DJ software are you using? Okay. Okay. Mojax Extra. Serato is probably now the #1 platform, but I still use Tractor because of its new features. Okay. I'm gonna let that one go. Okay. All right. All right. We'll keep an eye out on Crazy Lacken Hacker. I've never been to Dubai though, but it seems amazing. Okay. Eric says my computer has been showing its age a bit and trying to decide between buying an M1 MacBook or 2 iPad Pros for algorithm, especially since the DVS capabilities now. That is a fantastic question. Fantastic question, Eric. I think that's one of the things that is things that people should be looking into. It's one of the things that I kind of go through. I have an M1 iPad Pro that I've had. Love my iPad. I've never really used it for DJing because at one point in time it just wasn't, you know, the best. But with algorithm DJ, yeah, it does open up the doors. I have never done. I plan on doing a full party with just an iPad. What's holding me back, you ask? I can't get all my music into my system conveniently. I know I have to use Mixmaster GNL's apps. I got to find out if I still have the download. Mixmaster, I'm on an M1 now. Do you have updated plugins for the M1? If so, I don't know if I have to update or not. Either way, if you do, send them to me. If not, I understand. But in order to use your iPad and have your files in there, you have to have all of your playlists in your music, your Apple Music / iTunes. And then, yeah, you plug it in, you transfer it over, everything's good. At least that's how I believe it happens. Now, if you're using a BeatSource or something like that, which is also a thing that I'm looking into, I might just sync everything kind of. Sorry, I'm hearing doorbells. I might just sync everything to BeatSource, and then that way I can just move everything to my download to my locker. It's only like 20 gigs, and I have I think it's like either 512 gigabyte iPad. There's nothing on there, so I got plenty of space. So that's really it. Making sure that, because I don't really care necessarily about that they're all downloaded, because typically speaking, if you are just streaming directly from the device you're using and not trying to like hotspot it or whatever, it always works better. Like you can typically always download music, even if the situation is questionable, like your signal strength, if it's on the local device. So that's probably the best scenario. Once I get everything on there, I will do a full on, 1 month with the iPad. You know what? I'll probably do that. I'm going to Disney World in like 3 weeks. I'll probably knock that out then. Okay. I don't do plugins. Mixmaster G, you know what I'm saying. Your applications. Damn it. Let's see here. Ryan Temp says I have a DDJ SZ and keep my SX as a backup. Getting back into it, would there be any reason to upgrade? Look, uh, gear horror here. Okay, there's never a reason to update unless your system can no longer do what it used to. You got it? Like, let's say, for instance, I don't know, you have a computer, you have a 2010 MacBook Pro, or we can go 2012, which is like the gold standard for all things Mac. And let's say you want to get a new piece of hardware, and that hardware can't work with your computer. So you have to upgrade your computer, or let's say, your computer dies and now you can no longer get that same device. And then the only thing available now, none of your peripherals work anymore. None of your hardware works anymore. Then you have to update. That's the only reason. If there's nothing wrong with your system, nothing wrong. I have a friend right now, that still uses Scratch Live and a Rain 57. His all his files are still there. He still DJs the way he wants to. He has no reason to update. So, to answer your question, if you like new gear, then yeah, you gotta update. You might have to upgrade if you like it. There's a lot of great gear out there, but you don't need to, unless your computer dies and now your SL boxes don't work anymore. Okay. Let's see here. DJ Romantics in the building. What's going on? Thanks for hanging out today. Good to see you. 6 systems right here. Yeah, Mac Attack. I have so much gear. It's an embarrassment. I'm at that point now where my wife is starting to bring things up. Our living room is looking like our garage. How long are we going to keep, 8 speakers in our living room? Oh, I'm giving those away. I got to rebox. I'm going to do all this. Okay, but how long is that going to be? So I get it. Like, when I have to step over product as I'm walking out of my studio, that's a problem. And this room is not a small room. It's a good sized room. All I see right now as I'm looking down are Denon products left and right. There's a Prime 2 right there. There's a Prime Go on the floor. There is an SC4 on the floor. There's a Rain 70 now on the floor. I have a box with the Mixstream Pro chilling on the floor. I got a lot of gear, which is why I'm giving away gear, which is why that's coming soon. Not everything. I'm not giving away everything. Don't think anybody's getting a Rain 70 or, something. It's not going to happen. But I will be giving away some stuff. You can always give your mod some stuff. I could, Ratbone. I see T Diesel and Ratbone in the building. What's going on, guys? I definitely could. I'll figure something out. But in all honesty, you guys have, I know your gear. You don't need me. You've already got all the gear. Make some shelves. Should I go old school and have like just shelves of product? I think that the Digital DJ Tips, that's what they do. Just shelves of product. I'm considering, I got to figure out a way at this moment to install all of my lighting and everything in my ceiling so I can get a bigger table. I want to get a larger table. That's the thing for me. And it's going to be a motorized table. I'm done. Anyway, let's see here. I do have a hoarding problem. I have lots and lots of gear and lots of boxes. I have some LC6000s in the other room, along with a 1000 record box version and an SRT version. I'm trying to think about all the gear I have in there. There's a lot of gear. I have a Rain 1 and a case in the other room. There's a lot of gear. What kind of ceiling? It's a standard, your standard Regular ceiling, you know, there's a little bit of a, I don't know, standard. It's got, you know, 2x4s in the ceiling. I can mount it to the studs. I'm just trying to figure out a way. I want to, because I have a fan that's right over here, so I can't have it. I want to give myself more space, but I can only go so far because of the fan right there. That's the issue. So we'll get there. We'll get there. And I need to be able to mount my lights, and so I need to be able to hang my lights, but put them in a way to where they're not like causing shadows. There's a lot of little things that I need to do. Not a floating ceiling, though. No. Yeah, it's not like an office complex. If that were the case, it'd be easy. Now this is a home, so it's enclosed. No way to get into it without drilling and cutting stuff out. Jorge says S11 or S7. Jorge, that's not a question I can answer for you. The S11, well, actually it is. I can answer it. The S11 is the best mixer out. The S7, pretty damn good mixer. I got videos on both, so take a look at both videos. Honestly, review them. I'm very thorough. I break it down. There's some features in the S7 that are not in the S11. You know, so definitely take a look. I like them both though. Okay. Let's see here. Biggie Smalls. I still feel as the Rev 7 scratching algorithm is tinier and more digital sounding than the Rain one. Test it out. It's true. I have both of them. I don't agree. First off, you're right. There is an algorithm, but that algorithm is also coming from Serato. So the algorithm is the same algorithm. It's the way Serato interprets your movements. So I've used them both. I use them both all the time. I don't feel any tinniness as you're describing. The only thing that there would be is the Rev 7 has a the Rev 7 has a looser jog. So to combat that, you have to put in better slip mats. Hold on 1 second while I chat with the family, because that's what they do here. Hold on. All right, so let's see what this guy's got going on. God, I hate this guy. So I knew there wasn't anything wrong with the S9 per se. So I guess I didn't think about it. I don't know. Maybe it was just me thinking about the set, or me consuming all those shots. Or me consuming all those shots. Hold on 1 moment. Hey, future me, what are you doing? I'm editing your videos. What else would I be doing? No. I get that. Why are you using virtual DJ samples? Well, you said that you would never use the virtual DJ samples. So I put them in to show VDJ users that we care. See? I'm helping you out. You know you're probably going to piss them off again. No, we're cool. I'm on the forums. I got a username, I got a password and everything. I'm a part of the community. And when you're a part of the community, you can make jokes, you know, because we're all just having fun. That's what we do. It's what we do. And it's kind of like being black. Because you know when you're black, you can say, hey, come on, man. Trying to get me demonetized? Why are you being so stupid? Well, considering you from the past, if I'm stupid, I got it from you. Whatever. Yeah, whatever back at you. Why don't you go say something smart on the camera, smart brother? Sorry about that. Let's get back to it. All right. I don't think, you know what? The funny thing about it is it's not so much that it's so young. It was only a few years ago. The difference is this is how I look after working on products and not sleeping. These bags and all that. That's tired. That's not age. That's tired. I am tired. I am really tired. Thoughts on SC Lives? Shady, watch the video. There's a video probably right underneath this one that explains everything in detail. The one thing I won't do, I don't spend 3 and 4 hours working on video content to just give you a Cliff Notes version when I come on the show. That I won't do. You have to actually watch the video. That is the one thing that I expect of all of the people that watch my streams that I expect you to do. You know, I need you to go and watch the videos. That's how you support me, by watching my videos. So handle that. Okay. Let's see here. Riley Computer. I like your advice on using a separate computer for streaming. I use a Mac to run Serato. I use my Windows computer just as a streaming from OBS using NDI. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah. Although the new M1s are better. I've heard people streaming directly and DJing from their M1s. I have no doubt that it would work, but I like having dedicated things, because obviously if you're streaming and DJing from the single computer, now you have to deal with the fact that, like, okay, I'm using Serato. Now I got to move over to OBS. Now I got to go over here. I got to make sure I'm seeing everything. How do I see the chat? How do I see this? It's just better to have a separate thing, or you can have an iPad on there anyway. It is what it is. Just came over from Mojek's video. Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I'm just saying in general, because it is always the biggest fear of doing these shows, the tech shows, especially when I release videos, because people, some people get a little lazy. Can you just tell me? Like, no, go watch the video. It's like 15 minutes. It's not going to kill you. You're going to spend 2 hours with me, but you can't spend 15 minutes watching my video. Like, that's just silly. Okay. DJ J Tech, what's the oldest mixer controller you have on hand? I still have my Tractor Z2 and VCI 380. The oldest controller that I still have. Well, I gave my son my SX2. That was actually the first controller that I ever bought, was the SX2. The oldest mixer, we actually still have some Rain 57s in the building. Nobody will buy them. And like, not even Guitar Center will take them. The lowest they'll take is like a 62. So we still have some Rain 57s. They're sitting in my garage right now in cases. That's the oldest. Don't use them. I'm spoiled now, though. I only use what I consider to be the best stuff. The one thing that I've learned, though, after doing the SC4 video this morning, the one thing I've learned is I did not give the Prime 2 enough credit. That is the one thing I learned, because I've had the Prime 2 for months, and I just, for whatever reason, I couldn't get myself to do the review. And then I knew it was getting discontinued, and I knew it was virtual DJ only, and I just could not do the video. And then the SC4 came out, and then I pulled it out, dusted it off, started taking a look. At this point, it's a really good controller. I just wish that it had Serato. If it had Serato in there, I think most people would have bought that controller. It's almost like it was set up for failure. Because the Prime 4 came out, huge fanfare. People all loved the Prime 4. So when the Prime 2 came out, we were hoping it was just a smaller Prime 4 with all the same stuff. Maybe you don't get the adjustable screen, but you still get all the ins and outs. You still get the zone, and then they kind of crippled it for no reason. So most people just ignored the Prime 2, but it's still a very good controller. But the fact that there was no Serato in there made it really difficult to get any like true purchasers. Retro in the mix, what is going on? Let's see here. G5 says, do you think the DDJ 400 is still relevant? I don't see many people using it. There's nothing wrong with the 400. But you start to get to different price points, and then the 400, there are other devices that you can buy around the same price point. And so I think a lot of people are just kind of, it's not the end all be all for controllers. Let's see here. Clostco. What a difficult name. Clostco. SC4 is such a letdown. Yeah. Black Soul says, I don't like the effects on the Prime 2. Well, if you don't like the effects on the Prime 2, then you're not going to like the effects on the Prime 4 or the Mixstream Pro or the SC4 or the SC2 or the Prime anything or the Denon Prime Go, because they have the same effects on all the devices. Medicated Wookie just got back into DJing. My 1200 MK2 feels way better than my MK7. Okay, I get that. Some people prefer the way that the older ones feel. I personally prefer anything typically above the 5G or higher, in my opinion. But there's nothing wrong with the MK2s or 3s. They do the job. You know, I like a plus 16. I don't need a plus 16, but I like the idea of having a plus 16. And the torque is just a little stronger on the 5G and above. So some people don't like that. I have friends, like I have PLXs. I went from MK3s to 5Gs to the PLX 1000s, and I've been using the PLX 1000s ever since. I have friends, scratch DJs, that will take the PLX 1000s coming from like an MK3, and they don't know what to do with themselves. You know, they just like, I don't know. I don't like it. It's like, okay, you got to get used to it because the torque is high. So that drag is not there. So you don't have to push as hard, you know, when you're DJing, when you're scratching. And for a lot of DJs that have been DJing all their lives, that's weird for them, you know, but you know, we're all professionals. We should be able to grow. Okay. DJ Retro, any suggestions on portable Wi-Fi for a gig? Your advice, what to have? I used to use like a MiFi type thing. I stopped. My phone or my iPad are really good at hotspot. You know, especially if when all else fails, I plug in my phone and use it as a dedicated hotspot versus having the Wi-Fi on and then connecting. But it works either way. Never had an issue either way. But there's nothing wrong with your phones nowadays. But yeah, you could go out and get yourself a Verizon hotspot, and you'll pay an extra, you know, $30 a month or $20-something a month, and they work just fine. Don't have an issue. But I started comparing the hotspot to my cell phone, to my iPad, and I wasn't seeing a big enough difference. So I got rid of it. Rain 70 is solid as a tank. I agree. Let's see. I wish the Prime 2 had sweep effects. What? Does the Prime 2 not have sweep effects? Now I'm confused. Okay, look, I know you think this is a little weird that we're sitting here talking and I just left and I was in a completely different outfit. Well, that's future me. I'm past me. So what I want to talk to you guys a little bit about while they're setting up for this next guest that's coming on, and I'm sure they're going to be dope, but I want to talk to you a little bit about ways to support the channel. You see, there's a lot of work that goes into this channel, and the only way to keep it going, the only way to keep bringing on new people and upgrading the sets and upgrading the intros is by you supporting me. So here's a couple of ways that you can support me, and I'm not sure that a lot of you know this. If you're new to Twitch, you want to look down right here. There's a little subscribe button. That's the easiest way to support me. It's like $5. It's like buying me a cup of coffee. If we're at the bar, you're buying me a beer. If you're feeling a little more generous, maybe you want to gift somebody a free sub. If you are a Prime member, you can use your Prime membership. You get one per month. You can use that on me. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, okay. Had to move over for a kid thing. Now, you're right. I didn't realize that the Prime 2 does not have sweep effects. That's annoying. Good call. Good call. Still, it's still a good controller. I just wish it had zone out. That was one of the major selling points for the Prime 4 to me, is the zone out. Okay. We have 15 more minutes and then I have to go. Let's see here. I'm still in love with the Roland 707. It's a solid controller. Yeah, the 707 is a great controller. Although I'm pretty sure that Roland has discontinued all DJ gear. I can't confirm that. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like Roland's coming out with anything else. DJ Red says iPhone and Tidal for gigs. That works really good. So does iPhone and BeatSource. You know, so does. No, I was going to say SoundCloud, but I'd be lying. That would be a lie. Cameron says, do you ever have problems with the JBL Pro Connect app? When I try to update the firmware on the Eon 718s, the update fails repeatedly. The JBL Pro Connect app is garbage, which is one of the reasons that we sold our PRXs. I mean, obviously I know they update apps all the time, so I can't talk about anything like over the last year or so, but that's the reason that we got rid of our PRXs. The app was garbage. Okay. Let's see here. Denon also needs to add a sampler. They do. I'm on the other side though. I agree that it needs a sampler. I don't care about a sampler. I don't really use a sampler, so that's never really been my thing. But I agree that for the masses, it does need a sampler. I think my Rain 1 is a better DJ controller than my Rev 7. What do you think? I think you got to do what you got to do. I don't agree. I think the Rev 7 is a better controller than the Rain 1. It just overall. But you got to do what you got to do. If you think that, you're the one buying it, you're the one using it, you're the one who has to appreciate it. So, you know, whatever works for you. Now, again, when the Rev 7 was getting serviced, I used the Rain 1 for like 2 months. And it was fine. Didn't have a problem with it. But then I got my Rev 7 back and I'm like, oh yeah, I do love this thing. So it just depends on what your needs are. Is there anything I cannot do scratching wise on the Rain 1? No, it's 2 turntables and a mixer. Robert says, any word when the Rain 4 channel controller will be coming out? Yeah, it's December. I have no idea because I signed an NDA. Sorry. Even if I did know, I couldn't say anything. I don't know what product is coming out. Don't have an answer for you. Okay. Let's see here. Jorge says 1210s or PLX 1000s. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have PLX 1000s. I don't know. It's all up to you. It really is all up to you. I have no idea. Let's see. Black Soul. So is the SC4 and SC2 replacing the Prime 2 and the Prime 4? I don't think so. I hope not. I don't think so. He says M5G. M5G or PLX 1000s. I actually think the M5Gs are one of my favorites. I did have an issue with my MK5Gs not lining up properly, and I got them serviced, and no matter how much I got serviced, I could not get them to be, one-to-one beat matching. So it used to bother me. But my 5Gs were beautiful. Oh, those sparkles in there, the plus 16. Beautiful. No. DJ Old Man says I like the sampler for drops. No, I get it. I completely understand. I just I don't do drops. My entire life, I don't do drops. I have an issue with doing drops. I don't know. I'm a Capricorn, in case you guys didn't know. Got a birthday coming up soon. And I'm a very I'm not a flashy person at all. And all the way down to the drops. The drops to me is is flashy. I do a good mix. Look at me. Look at me. Hey, you know who just did that? Like, it's just not me. I don't have a problem with anybody else doing it. I have no problem. I just can't personally do it. So when I do, I have to force myself to do it. Literally force myself. Everybody's different though. It's like I don't wear gold. You know, I'm not a flashy person. You know, I do have nice things. You know, I have my Rolex and I got things like that I wear. You know, when I'm going out to do nice things, but it's not my thing. You know, I'd rather wear my Apple Watch. Anyway, retro DJ. You know, typically speaking, if I don't answer something, it's probably because I can't answer it or I'm not allowed to answer it. But I don't have any news on when Rekordbox is getting stems. You know, I'm going to make an assumption and say they will be getting stems, but I have no news. Normally speaking, anytime something comes out that's like that, it's tied to a piece of gear. So, like, obviously, that new Rain controller that's coming out has stems built in. It came out well before they were been making it before stems came out. You know, in Serato. So I have to assume that, and this is just an assumption because I don't have it. I don't have any deadlines or any times, but I have to assume that Rain release date is probably tied to Serato beta, the stems coming out of beta. That's my guess. So whenever that happens, I have a feeling that somewhere around that point, you'll start to see the shift. What do you need? You can't open a water bottle? Okay. You want me to drink it for you too? Okay. Bye. Okay. Eric says, I'm going to get ready for my gig tonight. I hope you and the team have a great weekend. Hey, Eric, likewise. Enjoy your day. Kylie, I don't do drops either. I'm a Libra. Oh, my wife is a Libra. You guys are sweet. You guys really are sweet. But oh my God, if you can't decide on a damn movie to watch, food to eat, what shoes to buy, that's a Libra thing, man. You guys are frustrating. Okay. T Diesel, do you have any idea as to why the S11 would cause the crossfader cut lag adjustment in the settings to sometimes turn itself all the way up? I have not seen that at all. That's very interesting. No, I haven't seen that. I don't know why that would happen. I've never had that happen to me. Okay. DJ Ranji. Hey man, sure. I'm sure it is. Sagittarius is probably great. Yeah, I don't know. Ask one more time. I don't know everything. I don't know why. They are holding off releasing stems to keep people from jumping on the new SC Live. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Ruben, I saw your video about jetpack bags. What's something you love about them after using them so much that you didn't mention in your videos? And what about owning multiples? I've had multiple videos about jetpack bags. I love jetpack bags. There's pretty much nothing in a jetpack bag that I don't use, except for maybe the CD holder. They keep putting CD holders in the delivery, and I'm like, the hell is this stuff? I don't need this crap. I have multiple jetpack bags. I have the Prime, the Snap, the Drop. I have multiple Snaps. I have what is the jetpack? The one that I used mostly. I can't think of it right now. But to make a long story short, I use all my jetpack bags, all of them. Still do. You know, so there's really nothing in there. The new jetpack bag, the new Prime that they have coming out, it looks amazing, and I will probably grab the Prime. They have a new bag coming out for the Rev 7 and or Rain 1, whatever you want to use. It'll be adjustable. A new roller bag, which I can't wait for that to be released. So yeah, Jetpack Bags just makes great products. Jetpack Bags is not a corporation. They're not a conglomerate. They're three people that all DJ. So, and they are working DJs. When they make bags with DJs in mind. So I love the culture. I love what they do. I love that they're down for the culture, and they understand the needs of DJs. So there's no reason for me to like go out and buy other bags. I want to put my money in a place where it's going to help preserve and continue them making great bags. See what happens there? See how you just recorded that? That's going to be cut up. I'm going to post that on IG probably tonight. Okay. Sel Yang. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, man. How do you compare the SC4 to the XZ? You don't. They're from two different programs. Watch the video. I just released it. But look, you know what though? I have yet to actually use the XZ. I have an RX3 here. I would probably compare it more to the RX3 than the XZ. And even then, the RX3 is hands down better in pretty much every regard over the SC4. Okay. Does anyone use tops only for your gigs? I used to when I was starting in 2006. It was an epic fail. Please add bass bends to your tops. So Retro, you're not wrong, but you're not 100% right too. The reason why you're right, using certain tops is not the business. Depending on the size of the room, you have to use your tops based upon the size of the room and the amount of people you have in there. I have SRX 15s tops and then in an 828 body, and I also have the 818s. For a full party, yes, I use tops and bottoms. If I have 70 people in a room, my SRX 15s in full range are going to be just as good. I'm not going to have any issue with bass, with sound or anything. They're very good. Now, should you use bass whenever applicable? Of course, 100%. But to say that it's the only thing, or you can't do it, I don't agree. But there's a lot of speakers out there that you shouldn't do just tops only. There are. But if you get yourself a really good quality top, you can do a lot of events with just that. Okay. All right, let's see here. Have you had issue of the audio volume Serato slightly dropping when you do instant doubles? No, I have not experienced that. I'm wondering if that's almost like a phasing, but I haven't experienced that. Okay. Couple more and then I gotta go. I gotta take my kid to dance. What's your opinion on the new EV battery powered speaker? I have not used it. I don't have a relationship with EV. I would say check Rachel Lynch's video. She did a full on video on it. It looks good. I know it does a lot of cool things. However, just for a speaker, like speaker to speaker, I'm not sure that one is any better than a mixed track. I'm so stuck right now in Denon. I am not sure that it's any better than a Mackie Thumb Go. In the same scenario, I haven't had an issue with my Mackie Thumb Go where it wasn't able to do well, sound good, and do the job. And it's like $300 cheaper per speaker. So I'm sure it's a fine speaker. I just don't know if it's, $700 or $800 fine. Okay. All right, let's see here. You do know there are two kinds of Libra. Your wife is the opposite of myself. I don't know, man. I've had Libra boys and Libra girls. I don't know. Maybe you're just on the cusp. Tim, I have not checked out the Electro Voice speaker yet. I assume we're talking about the same speaker, the EV battery powered speaker. Yeah, I know. I saw your video, but you did not like price of new units, so that's why I asked the question. I found it was in the same range as it was 4 channels, like the new one does. Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I don't want to keep beating up on a product, so I'm just gonna move on. Mackie Thumb Go has a lower SPL than the new EV. Well, great, DJ Joe. I can show you 5 different speakers with 5 different SPLs. It doesn't mean they're bad. You know what I mean? Like, I think we get too spec crazy. And that to me is like a spec crazy thing. Like, fine, it can go higher. Are you using the EVs to rock a party? No, you're not. You're using them to talk. You're using them as an extension. You're using them as background. And if that's the case, the Mackie Thumps are just as good. Just an opinion, though. Just an opinion. I'm never going to use that EV battery power to rock a party. Never. Ever. You know, so it doesn't matter how loud it gets. I'm never going to use it for that. But that's just my opinion. My opinion. Again, I don't do spec like that. I do what works. And I know the situation that I'm in, so it's never really an issue. CT loves the systems with Go, Prime Go and Mackie Thumb Go. I love the fact that they work, you know. And keep in mind, my Prime Go rarely ever comes out of the box. It's just a backup. It just sits there. I actually had an issue recently where I had to take it out of the box. I was using the Rev 7 and I was going through multiple programs. So I had opened up Virtual DJ and I had opened up Algorithm DJ and I opened up Serato in the stems and I was kind of testing it all out. I had my iPad as a backup with Algorithm DJ on there. And I thought I shut all the programs down, but I hadn't shut down Virtual DJ. So Virtual DJ was sitting in the background. I was using the Serato beta. Everything was fine. Didn't have any issue. No problem. I saw Virtual DJ just chilling, open. And this was like, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through this wedding. And it was dessert time. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, why is this up? Let me shut this down. Bad move. Bad move. I shut off Virtual DJ. That thing took a hold of my computer, took a hold of the Rev 7, would not let it go. All of a sudden, nothing worked. Serato was screwed. And the only way to fix it was to turn off the Rev and turn it back on again. So I had to pop on. I couldn't just use the Algorithm DJ, so I popped on the Denon Prime Go, and we were good. But I use the Denon Prime Go for ceremonies, cocktail, especially if it's in a different area, and as a backup. So they rarely get touched now. What was I gonna say? Then I really got to go. Let's see here. YouTube needs emotes. No, but anyway, I do love the Goes, you know. And battery powered things I wish there were more battery powered things out there. You know, you give me a legitimate 12-inch or 15-inch speaker with batteries that doesn't weigh a ton. We have to talk. We got to talk. I'm trying to go all battery powered at some point in my life. Let's see. Mackie and Evie are both 12 hours. And I know for a fact the Mackie does last for 12 hours without question. Never had an issue with the Mackie. It's a great speaker and it does last forever. And I've played it maxed out. You know, I will have it go like rarely do I, usually I can get through 2 parties without plugging it in and recharging it easily. So, and that's a, you know, full blast, cause it's always typically full blast as a monitor. But it works fine. And that's real test. That's me using the Mackie Thumb Go, every single weekend. I'm really, really impressed by the Mackie Thumb Go. Are there better sounding ones out there? Of course. But price point wise and what they offer, I don't think there's anything better. I really don't. Let's see here. Love my EV speakers, but I'm not going to jump on that Everest 8 yet. Yeah. Okay. I know there was one more question, then I got to run. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Where did it go? Oh, did I answer everything? Okay. Think we're good. Love my. Think did we answer? Really wish they would make a battery powered Evolve 50. Yeah, I agree. I would like to see some battery, but the problem is, and this is the truth. The reason why there aren't many battery powered speakers is because of weight. So I have the 212 Mackie Thumb 212s, which I'm going to be giving out in December. Obviously the Thumb Go is an 8-inch speaker. The 12s are 12, and if I pick up the Mackie Thumb Go and I pick up the 12s are actually lighter than the Mackie Thumb Go because of the batteries. Batteries take up weight. Okay. Anyway, I think that's good. I think we're good. Retro, hey, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I really do have to run until 1:38. I literally have to go from here straight to dance, and that's like a 40-minute drive. So thanks for hanging out today, guys. You guys are always a blast, a joy to have. I don't even know. I started late today. What was my count today? Anybody know? What's my count say on YouTube? I gotta see your channel. Oh, 101 watching. I am not sad about that. Thank you guys for hanging out today. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you guys are following me on IG. That's Cleveland Terry with an underscore. I'm like 800 away from 10,000. I need to get to 10,000. So make sure everybody follows me. Completely different content on IG. Sometimes humorous, sometimes legit, serious. No reviews on there. It's just good time. So make sure you guys check it out. Make sure you guys are following me. And you will need to be following me if you ever want to win this full-on DJ setup that I'm going to be giving out in December. So, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you all. We'll see you next Thursday. And make sure you watch the video on the SC4 that I just released this morning. Peace out. Enjoy your day.